Hi, my amazing planner friends. It's Jess from My Magical Planner, and today I'm going to be planning out my weekly actions or weekly goals in my MakseLife Companion Notebook for the week of July 8th through the 14th. Now, MakseLife does break it down into several different categories for me, which makes it really easy. So to do this, we're going to go ahead and look at how last week's goals went. We're going to go over our reflection, maybe take a peek at our monthly goals to set up this week's goals. To do this, I usually just have my MakseLife dot markers, which I love. And I also have just, an Energel pen to write things down with. So let's go to last week first. Oh, that's monthly. Here's week. So as far as personal goals, my overall goal is self-care. And so I have things like scheduled downtime. Now this happened, but not in the way I expected. Instead of actually scheduling the downtime, I took advantage of the little pockets of time that sometimes pop up in the day, and I took notice of them and appreciated them more and took them as moments to slow down and think. So I checked it off even though it didn't appear the way that I thought it would. As far as nightly check-ins, this worked really well. I generally use these to kind of evaluate how the day went, what needs to happen the next day, make a to-do list, that type of thing. And again, as long as I'm doing it all on one spread, it seems to flow pretty well for me. The PM routine was a bit of a challenge. Now, this has to do with me wanting to make sure I'm getting adequate sleep and everything. And it was just a little up and down this week. I haven't found the right 3 items for it. I did try, but I need to put a little bit more effort into that. And I think with the other things going on, I just didn't focus. It may have been too many things. As far as mood tracking, so this worked really well as well, as long as I kept it on the same general spread. So I found that if everything's kind of in one place, that I don't have to switch pages back and forth, I tend to do much better on my tracking because it's right there in front of me. So I'm going to continue trying to do that. For fun and recreation, my big goal is family time. So with that, we did have a bonfire on the 4th. It was like an all-day bonfire, which was a lot of fun. The game night didn't happen because I was too worn out from the 4th of July because we took down a play structure on that day. And then we also cleaned out underneath our deck like 2 days later. It was a thing. So the night of gameplay did not happen. However, we spent time together doing chores, which is still bonding time. I didn't find a day that looked good for going to the lake because it's a little bit temperature dependent and it was cooler this week. So I'm going to go ahead and move that along to this next week and see if there is a good day this next week that maybe we can go. Next, we have work and learning, which is mostly YouTube for me. So my monthly goal is to work on my schedule for that. I did try to track my time, but I haven't found an efficient way to do this. I might need to move it onto the weekly spread that I'm always looking at. We'll see. All videos done by Sunday for the following week. It's not done yet. However, after this, I'll be filming my weekly planning video and then it will be done for the following week. And I might even start working on the week after, which will be nice. Plan out July content. I got that done. So I know what my game plan is. It's going to be a little hard to stick to it because I keep on wanting to throw in extra videos. So I need to do a little bit more balancing and figure out how to make that all cohesive. So as far as family and relationships, my focus is on my family this month. So I had scheduled a date night with my husband that is scheduled actually for this week. So now that it's scheduled, I have to figure out what we're doing. Journal with Megan. So we were both journaling. I don't know that we really journaled together, but I think it's helping her, and I'm giving her reminders that, hey, go put your 3 sentences or whatever in your journal. So that seems to be working. Emily bedroom like breakdown for cleaning did not happen because I think there were just too many other things going on that I didn't have the energy to put into this. So that's kind of where things lay. As far as health and wellness, my focus is getting more energy this month. I'd been doing morning walks. Again, they didn't happen this week. I think there's a little bit of a hiccup in the morning routine, and if I get too late of a start because I was up too late, then it seems to affect this. So we're going to be focusing on that this week. The bedtime routine, kind of like the PM routine, like it didn't go as well as I had hoped. And I think some of that was stress and just life in general, and I need to figure out a better way to tackle that. Menu planning happened and went pretty well this week. Not perfect, but pretty well. The best thing I can say about the menu planning is that not only did I kind of stick to my plan for the most part, there were some adjustments, but I was able to tweak everything that we had on our menu so that it better aligned with my GERD diet or acid reflux diet. So that was good. As far as spiritual and personal growth, my focus has been on journaling. So finding a space to journal, that's done pretty well. Set a time. So I had some issues with this, which was if I do my journaling, which I was trying to do at the end of the day, it just doesn't seem to work as well for me because I'm so tired that I just don't have the brain power to do journaling efficiently. So I might be changing the time that I do that. Why is it so blurry? What's going on here? There we go. As far as financial, this did not happen. Really, camera? I don't know why it keeps on going out of focus. So I did kind of track my spend. I used one card to do all my spend this week, and so it's going to be really easy to fill that in, but I didn't do the set up the monthly spreadsheet, which I need to do. As far as physical environment, we cleaned under the deck. That's completely done. We also got rid of the play structure, which was huge. I did add the clean under the deck kind of later in the week. Recycle the old printer and ink cartridge. That hasn't happened because I was too sore and tired I kind of left it till the end of the week and it just didn't happen, as well as the donation run. Okay. So that kind of starts to do the reflections, but we'll go over the questions that MakseLife asked us. These are in a different order just because I wrote them down in the wrong order, but we'll try and do them in the correct order. So for wins, I had huge yard cleanup with the play structure gone and under the deck cleanup. It makes a big difference. Journaling is overall going well, at least it's happening. Downtime and mood tracking are also, I think, big wins. As far as what worked, I think working as a team to do those cleanups, meaning that I had the whole family involved, and that was great. So that, it's like many hands make small work, right? So having everything on one spot in my planner, planning out the content and not trying to include extra videos. So that meaning like this last week, I had monthly planning videos and not trying to combine monthly planning videos with weekly planning videos so that I had all of them in one week. Instead, rather, because I've noticed the last couple of months that I've done that, and then the following week, because I've done so much editing, I don't have that next week ready to go. So we're trying not to deviate from the schedule of Tuesday, Friday, Sunday videos. We'll see if that works well, but we're trying. All right, what didn't work? Time tracking. I attempted to do it, but maybe if I switch where I'm doing it, it might be better. We talked a little bit about the walks not happening, and I kind of hit a wall as far as budgeting stuff. I have some anxiety around that, and so I'm working through that, and we're going to continue to try. Emily needs a smaller challenge so that I can make sure it happens and we can build off the smaller challenges. I'm thinking probably a craft project this week. Lessons. The constant yard work is helping. You can actually start to see a real difference now. Journaling is harder at night because I'm tired. Too much caffeine is affecting my sleep. I don't always recognize my stress level. Kids getting a little sloppy on chores and need more feedback. That was something I didn't address in anything else here. So my kids do have a chore chart. I do daily check-ins with them. They don't have, it's like pick up a room kind of deal. What had started to happen is they just weren't, like they were kind of half doing it and not really doing everything they were supposed to. So I've started kind of midweek last week doing a check-in with them and being like, hey, did you do this in your room? You need to pick the things off that table and take care of them, that type of thing. I also learned that if the kids can do their part, it allows me to have the time and energy to do some of those deeper cleaning items that need to happen. Adjustments needed. I think I need an AM routine, so we're going to be putting that into our actions this week. More water, the walks, first thing, maybe with the water. Change journaling time to see if it's better. Those are a couple of things we're going to try and work on this week. Okay, let's get out our dot markers. And I think what I'm going to do this week, just as reminders, I'm going to put my goals, like the over focus goals, right here on that first line to remind me. So we're going to have self-care and personal. I'm going to do it all at once so I don't forget. Family time. Schedule. Family. Energy. Journal. Budget. And yard. Okay, now that I have all of those wrote down, let's put in place our goals for this week. I know I want at least 2 in this area. So I think we're going to continue the daily check-ins because those seem to be going well and helping. And we're going to continue mood tracking because I think that's also helpful. And I think I'm going to add stress check-in. Because if I can recognize when I'm stressed, then I can do things to alter the course, right? There are things I can do to be like, okay, why am I stressed about this? What is bothering me about this? And what can I do to fix it? So I think that's where my personal stuff needs to be. As far as family time, I think 2 maybe. So we need to do family fun activity. So that could be Uno, that could be another board game, that could be watching a show together, but just making sure something happens along those lines this week. And then also look for a lake day. All right, So as far as work and learning go, trying to think, do I want 2 or 3? We'll do 3. So the first thing I want to do is plan out this week, which I haven't done yet. Record videos. Like some of them I can't record until like you get to that week, but there are other videos that I have that are have the ability to record them more in advance. So I'm going to try and record videos for my main vacation because I have a vacation coming up. Not this month, but so work on that and time tracking so that I'm aware of how much time I'm spending on the various things. It should be more this week because of doing more as far as recording and trying to get far enough ahead. That sometimes takes weeks, so that's why I'm trying to start it now. As far as family goes, I think I'm going to focus on 2. I think I have Megan kind of going with the journaling thing. So I need to plan date night. And then work on craft with Emily for breakdown. I think what I'm going to try and do is have her come up with the craft and then figure out what all she's going to need. I'll take her to go get everything and then we can work on doing the craft. I think that'll be a good follow through of the steps and it might take all week. So I think that'll be really good to engage her this week. As far as health and wellness goes, so we're going to do a couple here. So I want to find my water bottle. It's one of those water bottles that has like the times of day on it, so that you should be drinking X by this time of day or whatever. And I know it's up in the cupboard somewhere. I need to find it and find a water bottle and use it. I think that'll go a long way. The PM/bedtime, I'm combining the 2. Routine, 3 things. So I need to establish that. And then morning walks. And making sure that those happen because I think they're vital to not only my physical health, but my mental health with being outside right now. As for spiritual and personal growth, we're going to try journaling in like the morning hours. Instead, and I can reflect on the previous day or whatever. And I think that'll be easier for me. So I'm going to switch journaling to the morning. And I want to decorate my spreads because I'll be more engaged with that. As far as budget goes, we're going to transfer over that make budget spread and track spend. Then as far as the yard goes, I do have a couple, actually I have more things here I think. So the Saturday cleanup, I think, is going to be weeding. Then I need to do a general yard tidy because there are just some miscellaneous things that are left out in the yard right now that I need to take care of. Like there were some bins that got cleaned out yesterday and are still sitting in the yard because they needed to dry before I stacked them and things like that. And like a cooler, just a couple of things. So a general yard tidy. I do want to this week do a couple of inside things. I have a couple of pictures that are framed and need to be hung up on the wall. I can think of two. So I'm going to say 2 pictures hung because I think that'll help. And I need to do the printer recycle and ink cartridge. I'll just say ink. And I'm going to give myself one more for a donation run. There were some things that we found under the deck, like older bikes and things like that, that should be donated. So I'm going to say donation run. All right, that should be everything for this week. I think it's more than enough to keep me busy, and we're going to hope everything goes well this week. I will check in with you guys this coming week and let you know how things are going. And until then, I'll see you guys real soon.